Today we'll see how to create Blackboard Collaborate Ultra online session. I'm inside one of the courses. First thing we need to do is to look for any link for Blackboard Collaborate Ultra or online session, online class in the left panel. I cannot see any link for that Collaborate or online class, so we need to create that link. The link, we need to navigate to this plus sign here, and then from the menu, click course link. Then, sorry, not course link, tool link. So we need to navigate to the plus, and then from the menu, tool link. Now, from the available tools here, we need to select class Collaborate Ultra, and we can put the name we want. We can say online class, for example. And it's important to make it available to users so that students and other users can access it. And then submit. After submitting, we can see that a new link for online class has been created here. We can move it up and down to rearrange the list of items in the panel. So I have moved it up. If we click now online class here, it will take us to the Collaborate Ultra where we can start, create sessions, make recordings, etc. I need just to highlight that this is a general room where all the students can access. We don't need to create it is already there and open. It's preferred to look this room so that students don't enter to the room and expect us to be there. So we can just click these three dots and go to look course room. This way students will not see it and will not access it by mistake. One thing I would like to highlight is that all the sessions will be listed here. However, by default, the sessions are filtered. So only upcoming sessions are available here. We cannot see previous sessions. If we want to see previous sessions, we need to apply a filter from here. So I can select all previous sessions, which will show me the sessions, the past sessions here. If I apply upcoming sessions, it will show me the coming sessions. And if I apply session in range, then I can select dates, and it will show me the sessions within these dates. So going back to upcoming sessions, we need to create new session. How to create that? We click create session. And then my advice is to use first the student number in the session, because if it is a PD session, it will be for a specific student. So we can add the student number, let's say M40 1111. Then it's better also to add his name so that we don't forget. And then we can say PD, and if it is specific for a specific task, we can add the number of the task. So task 1, task 2, or whatever the number of the task for which we are doing the PD. Then we need to specify the start and end time of the session. It's important to pay attention that the start time should be after this moment, after this time. So I cannot set, for example, now it is 9:23. I cannot set the start time to be 9:22. So the minimum is to be 9:23 at the moment. And this is the end time, which means the time after which the session will not be available and no one can access it. If we make it no end or open session, it will be available all the time, but that's not advised. If we want the session to be repeated, we can create repeat session, but that is not applicable in our case. We don't need it. Early entry, we can specify the amount of time by which the session will be available prior to the start time. So we can allow 15 minutes before the start time, or 30 minutes, 45, or even 60 minutes, or we can make it without no early entry. Or now we have another option, which is called guest access. If we enable the guest access, it will allow us to generate a link and share with students or other people so that they can join our session without having access to Blackboard. So they don't need to be Blackboard users or students, any external user, or sometimes it is easier for students to join the session via the link rather than getting into the course and then finding the online class and finding the session and entering. So it will be easier for you to share the link with students. There are 3 options for the guest role. So that guest, before entering, you have 3 options to give: either participant, which has the minimum privilege during the session, and there is another option which is the presenter. The presenter has more privilege. For example, the presenter can share PowerPoint, can share his screen with you. So I advise you, if you are doing PD session, to allow the student to be presenter, so that in case he wants to show you a PowerPoint or PDF or share his screen to show his work, he will be able to do that. And we will try all these options and see how the student will see from his side. For the moment, I'm going to select presenter. Once I finish the setup of the first screen, we can go to the settings here. We can see default attendee role. So if a student goes via the course and then online class, what is the role he will be joining with? Again, it can be participant, presenter, moderator. For our case, presenter is fine, so let's choose presenter. Let's not change these options from here. They are okay. And from the third, it's about the attendance, so I think it's not needed for the moment for PD session, so let's skip it. Once all the settings are done, we can just click create. As we can see, a link has been generated here. We can click on copy. Then it's important to copy. It's not enough to click here. Clicking here is to select the link. Then we need to press Ctrl+C or right-click copy, so that the link of that session is copied and we can share with our students. Then save. We can save and go out. Now a session has been created with the student number, student name, and the task number. Now to join the session, you can click here and click on the button join session. Now this. Now, once joining the session, it will ask for our permission to use the mic. We have to allow this, otherwise we will not be able to use the mic. And also it will ask for our permission to use the camera. Also, we need to allow that to be able to share our camera. I have already allowed the camera before, so it is by default allowed. Inside the session, what we can see, I can see the mic. So the mic can be activated or deactivated through this button. The camera can be activated or, oh, okay, now the camera is there. I need to allow it. Okay, now my camera is allowed and I can share the video, share my camera, or cancel. I'm not going to share. Here, the students can raise their hands from here. In order to start the recording, I can click here, or I can go to this menu here and hit start recording. I'm going to start the recording right now. So this symbol here shows that the recording is on. So our session is being recorded on Blackboard, of course. Now, the control menu is here. If we click here, a side panel will open and we can see the chats. So if the students want to send us whether private or group chat, they can send from here. I can see the attendees from here. For the moment, there is no one but myself, so it shows me as a moderator or admin of this session. From here, I can share content. As a teacher, what content I can share? I can share a blank whiteboard. If I share the blank whiteboard, I can write handwriting. I can add text. For example, if I want to write, I can pick the color. It's blue is fine. Let's say, okay, let's select another color. The thickness of the color, let's select 2 points, normal, so I can type whatever I want here, or I can add text, for example, coming soon, or 5 minutes break. So that's the online blank whiteboard. Now the other thing, share application or screen. The other option is to share the application or screen. Once I click share application or screen, I will have three options. The first option is the browser I am using. I can share one of the tabs of my browser. So for example, I can share the content, any tab of my browser. In order to be able to share, I have to click one of the available options. Or I can share a window, any other window. For example, I have Opera open, I have screen recorder, I have our online attendance system. So I can select any of these applications and start sharing. If you want, for example, if you are sharing a video that has audio, you need to enable this button so that the voice or the sound from that video will be shared with students, so the students can hear it. I'm not going to share anything for the moment, so just once you select the tab or the application to share, you can click share from here. Or you can select your entire screen and share it. So if you want to share your entire screen with students, you can just select the screen and then share. If you want to enable audio so that the students can hear the video which is being played or the audio which is being played from your computer, then you need to activate this option. As I said, because I'm not going to share, so I am going to cancel. The third option is share the camera, where you can share your camera. The fourth option is sharing a file. Here we can upload a file, whether PowerPoint or PDF file or image, and make it available to students. Then you can explain or you can ask questions about that image or that PowerPoint. If I want, for example, I'm going to share a PowerPoint file, just click add. Then let me select, this file, this is a PowerPoint file. Of course, I can add multiple files at the same time. You see if there is any image I can share with students. Let's say this PowerPoint. So I can share multiple files here and then present any one of them. This file is uploaded already, so I can just click here and click share now. The file will start being shared with students. Now, as you can see, the slides of the file are here. I can click the slide I want, and it will be available to students. We have also annotation option here. We can annotate. We can start just typing or adding text, for example. Once done, if we want to delete these annotations, we just can click on this delete clear annotations, and all our annotations will be deleted. Of course, we can scroll between the slides quickly like this. Once done, we can click here to cancel and go back to our shared files. Suppose I want now to share the other file, click the other file, share now, and it will be shared with students. Selecting the second slide, or the third, let's say. So the students will be able to see this slide. Let's go back to the menu. We can add polling if we want to add questions where the students can participate. Select a yes or no answer, or from multiple choice. We can just add, as you can see, pollings. We have two options, multiple choice and yes, no choices. We can create polling and send to students. Of course, this is for online sessions, not for PDs, but it's available. Now I want to go back and change the guest option to be participant and see how the students will see the session on and whether they can share something or not. So I'm going to save and then copy this link. So anyone who will join from outside using the link will be participant only. So he will not have the privilege of sharing content. Let us see how that will be. So I'm going to use this link to join as student. Now let's say this is participant one. Join session. Because I have already given permissions to the mic and the camera, so it's not asking me. Usually the students will be asked once joining the session to allow or to give permissions to use the mic and the camera, and they have to allow it. Otherwise, they will not be able to use the mic and camera, and this is one of the most problems the students are facing. Now, as participant, if we try to see here, the student can see the attendees, but and can participate in the chat, but he cannot share anything. If he goes to the sharing option, he cannot share anything, which is the problem when they want to present something. Now let's go back to our session and change the option to presenter. Of course, the student who already joined, he will be always participant. We need to share the new link so that he becomes or anyone who joins via this link will be presenter. So I'm changing to presenter and saving, then copying the link again. So I saved and copied the link. Then I'm going to join again with another name. This is presenter one. The second student has joined as presenter. So if we go here, he can see the chat and participate in the chat. He can see the attendees and he can also share content same way the teacher can. So he can share blank whiteboard, share application or screen, share his camera or share files, which is very helpful in case the student is going to present his work or to participate in PD, in an interactive professional discussion. Let's go now back to our session. Now, in order to stop recording, we need to go here and click stop recording. After stopping recordings in few moments, or maybe up to 1 minute, the recording will be available in the Blackboard. How to access that recording? From the Collaborate Ultra page, we need to go to these 3 lines. As we can see, you will see sessions and recordings. So all our recordings will be recorded or saved here under recordings. As you can see, I have already recorded 3 previous recording and the last recording is still being prepared. So it's not ready yet. It will take up to 1 or 2 minutes to be ready. So we need to wait. For the previous recordings, they will be kept in the Collaborate Ultra. So all we need is to take the link for these recordings. But it's important before taking the link to pay attention to this access column. Under access column, we can see all these recordings are available for course members only, which is not suitable for our case because IB team wants to see these recordings and to watch them. Also, some external audit people would need to see it. So we have to go to the settings from here and change the recording settings for each recording from course members only to public. Once we change it to public, anyone with the link can see that recording. Same for this session. We need to go to the recording settings, and change the access to public. Same for this, we have to change the access to public. So recording settings, access public, then save. As you can see also, the recording was saved with the same name I have used for the session plus recording number. So if I record one time in that session, it will be recording 1. 2 times I will have recording 1 and recording 2. If I name the session, for example, PD only, I will see always PD recording 1, PD recording 2, PD recording 3. And in this case, I have to rename the recording so that and add the name of the student, so that I can identify whose recording is this later. So it's important to pay attention to this. Suppose we didn't name the session after our student name, we need to go later and change the name from the recording settings here. Instead of recording 1, in that case, I need to add, for example, the name of my student or his number or whatever data. So now the name, instead of recording 1, it became Ahmed Ali again. Okay, once the session is recorded, the access is made public. We can go copy the link and paste it into the assessment or assignment in our Blackboard, or we can share with the student so that he can paste into his evidence part of the assessment. So all we need to copy is the link. We do not need to download the recording or to do anything else. Hope that explanation was sufficient. Thank you very much.